We're on day 15 of our 10-day execution cycle, and I'm super excited to share with you the work that I have been doing. Today is about action. Remember, day 1 was about defining success and figuring out what can we do with the resources that we have to build something very specific. And the specific thing that I'm trying to build is a brand new work from home business. I told you that I would do it in real time and I would show you how I would do that. But then I went to step 2. Day 2, I covered goals. And I told you some of the very specific things that I am going to have to accomplish during this 10-day cycle in order to reach my objective of building something. I need to figure out where I am today, where I want to go tomorrow, what do I have to do in between, and I do that with a very specific goals. The third day, I spoke about having 100% commitment, having the right attitude. I have to make sure that I am working towards something meaningful and I'm giving it my all. And I want you to see that I am giving it my all. And then the next day, which was yesterday, and I wrote about the importance of having an aspiration. I want to see what I'm going to create. And what I could see after this 10-day cycle of what I would have would be a fully developed business that I could start marketing across the country, and I could do this right from home using the resources that I have created myself and the resources that I have in place. I invested in these different technology tools so that I could create this type of work at any time, and that's what I want to show you how to do. And today we are on step number 5, which is action. You can see that this is my content schedule that I just keep in a Google Drive folder so that I could always keep track of what I am doing. That's what I would encourage you to do. This is my daily journal to show people how hard you have to work to build something out of nothing. Today is April the 27th. I will be publishing this on Facebook as well as on YouTube because it's all part of my brand of being authentic, of helping people see what I have to do. That's the daily journal. The purpose of this is for me to teach people who don't quite know how to maintain a high level of energy and discipline and focus even when they're living in the midst of a challenge. So again, today is April the 27th. So let me just correct that in real time right there. And now we're on April 27th, day 15, and this is about action. If you don't take action, it makes no difference what else you do. And the action that I had to take was to build a new website. And I'm using this platform here because this is going to be a course. So I signed up for this system right now. I've got several accounts with Kajabi. In fact, if I log out and log back in, you can see how many accounts that I have. If I click on there, these are all the different accounts that I operate for Kajabi. And those are courses that I create for different people. Okay, that's part of my business strategy. And so I sign in under Kajabi. Each of these accounts costs about $200 a month. Or maybe $150 a month, I'm not even sure, but they create enormous value because I can create an entire universe or ecosystem of product cycles right from this process. Now, it does take some work, it does take commitment, but I'm going to actually show you what I built, the action steps that I took to get this thing going. And so you can see here is the first vision of the website that I'm creating. It's called Prison Professors. It's part of our other brand, which is called prisonprofessors.com. I think you can see it right here. This brand is specifically for consumers where we give information away. It's part of our bigger project of our different brands. We have Prison Professors, we have Resilient Courses, we have the Prison Professors podcast, and we have white collar advice for clients who want a high touch point. So this is a site that's specifically for consumers. I needed to build a site that was more for institutions and agencies that I reach out to sell to. So this is the Prison Professor site that is specifically for that purpose. And you see in my headline, it's digital courses to teach and inspire people in jails and prisons. We'll get to this section in a moment. I just want you to show you what I had to do. So on this section, I talk about the books that I offer, and these are 4 of the books that I offer as part of our course. One of them is Earning Freedom, Conquering a 45-Year Prison Sentence. One of them is Prison, My 8,344th Day. In this book, I show people in prison how to maintain a high level of energy and discipline while going through a very long time, and that effectively tells the journey of how did I get through 26 years in prison. This one, Prison, My 8,344th Day, is how do you maintain focus to get through a single day, which is a little bit different. So I modeled this after Alexander Solzhenitsyn's book, A Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, which kind of inspired me while I was in prison. It was a story of a fictional story about a person that did 10 years in a Siberian prison camp. This is about my 8,344th day. It was also called A Typical Day in an Ongoing Journey, which I wrote during my 23rd year of imprisonment, showing people how do you maintain discipline and a high level of energy even while going through challenges. Success, how I built assets worth $1 million within my first 2 years of being released from prison, which is a story that helps people understand why their decisions in jail or prison have a direct influence on the opportunities they can create upon release. And then finally, Triumph, the Straight A Guide, which is the 4th book in the series. And all of these together are digital assets because I can produce them as an ebook or as a soft cover book. And so that's part of what I am offering to jails and prisons. Then there are video courses. And I think I've shown you, well, this is actually a sample of a video course. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I use this specific video as a resource to teach people how do you do it? How do you create out of nothing? And then, of course, we have the audio podcast where I have hundreds of episodes that will both teach and inspire people how to develop critical thinking skills and develop communication skills, and all this they can do from anywhere, including inside of a jail or prison. Ask me how I know. I was incarcerated for 9,500 days, and during that time, I created these types of tools that help people. So this is the daily journal where I'm showing people what I have to do. I've created on this website some of my media, which is a composite of a profile that PBS NewsHour did on me and NBC News did on our team, on the work that we do to help people get ready through difficult journeys in jail or prison. I show my audience that we create digital content, why it's helpful to them because it doesn't threaten security of an institution. And I also show them live presentations where I go into prisons and teach. This is at a female prison in Texas where I gave a live presentation. Been in prisons all across the country teaching people these strategies. And then a call to action. So this call to action right here is where I will, and I've got to change some wording on that. And I will show you how I do that. Say it's really quite simple. But first, let me just take you through the work that I have done as we go through there. So if somebody clicks one of these links, you see that I have to film a video. That's going to be my action step for today. I'll be filming a video that goes right here that helps my potential clients understand what I'm developing. I'm offering critical thinking courses for people in jail and prisons. So I try to be as specific as I possibly can be right here. Talking about this is what I'm offering. I want to teach people how to develop critical thinking skills. I want people to understand how the decisions they make today have an influence on what they can become tomorrow. And here is going to be another call to action. I got to change the wording on that. I think I will actually do that in real time so that you can see how I do it. But they scroll down here and then you see I offer a few different programs, a 10-hour program, a 20-hour program, and a 50-hour program, and then get a full pricing sheet and details right here. I still have to write this, which is going to be one of my tasks to complete before this 10-day execution cycle. You see there's a lot of work that goes into this, but let's see what else I got done by taking action. If I click on Learn More, I go to an interior page. Again, I have to film the video here where I describe what the introductory 10-hour program is. I offer a payment link right there. I haven't integrated that. That's all part of the action step, all of which will be done before I conclude this 10-day cycle, so that somebody could just click and use their credit card and download the program or get it shipped to them on a thumb drive. I wrote all of these sections here, which basically describe what's in the 10-hour program. And if you click, you can see that they all open up, and there's a little description with a clear takeaway of what people are going to learn from these different modules. And each of these are going to be 2 hours in length. So you've got a 10-hour course here. Actually, I think I created this module, the introductory course, as 1 hour length. So there's 10 different modules. Each of them take about an hour to get through. I tell my audience how to use the course, what they need to get through the course. And then again, I give them an opportunity to buy for 10 hours or get download details and pricing if they want to discuss it with their team. I then move forward with the structuring of the program, where they can actually see what they can find. And we move down lower. There's a newsletter where they will be able to see the various courses that they can download. They can see how much content we produce. Everything is going to be real time. Everything is going to be authentic. So if a staff member is looking at this site, they will see everything. We've also got the intermediate courses and the advanced courses that I could expand each of these into 10-hour segments. So we've got the capacity to produce more than 100 hours of content for our audience. And anybody who visits this site can see everything there is to see. Steps to learning success. They go down here. They will see all this information. So what I'm trying to help our audience understand is that we're not asking anybody to do anything that we're not doing. And if you are striving to build a business that works from home, or if you're striving to build a business, you might want to be as transparent as we are, just showing every single step in the journey. I said it would be a 10-day execution cycle. I am on day 5. Day 5 is action. You may remember that day 1 was defining success. Day 2 was setting the clear goals that we would have to do in order to succeed. Day 3 was having the right attitude, showing a 100% commitment to success. Day 4 had to do with setting an aspiration so that we would actually see what we are going to have. I can assure you that by the time I finish this, all of these videos will be done. All payment links will be done. The email sequences will be done. Everything will be ready for a digital product cycle that anybody can use. Now I want to kind of show you how I would edit this program. See, I said I reserve my spot. That's really not the call to action that I want to have there, but that's what this work is all about. So I would go back to this section right here under website. You have to know right where to go. I go to pages. I know that I'm going to modify these different pages that I have. That particular page is on the 10-hour program. So I click that right there. I hit customize, and then I go in there and make the modification that I want to make. So as this thing loads, you see this is all just work in real time. What is the thing that I wanted to change? I believe I'm on the wrong page. Actually, that was on the 10-hour cycle that I had to change. So I could go back to this section, go to the 10-hour program. That's what I want to change. Hit customize there. I think it was that one. I'm not sure actually which page it was, but I'm just showing you in real time. This is how I have to do work. It isn't this one. It must be the sales page. So this is how I work. This is how I create it. You don't talk about it. You actually have to do the work, which means how much work goes into this, how much time goes into learning how to do all of these, using all of these tools. Right here, it says reserve my spot now. I don't want it to say reserve my spot now. I want it to say learn more. That's all, learn more. And I'm going to drive them to that page where they can actually visit the 10-hour program. And on the 10-hour program, remember, they can get anything they want. They can get 50 hours. They can get 100 hours. I've got a pricing module there that they can choose what's their budget. And our entry-level product is $250. What I'm going to teach you in later modules is how do I arrive at that? How much time goes into creating this type of a product in order to build an entire business model that will help my customer get what it wants to do, right? What does my customer want to do? They want to teach and inspire people in prison. I want to give them tools and resources that they can use to achieve their objective. But I couldn't do the same thing for an agency and institution as I would use with Prison Professors, our regular website, which is really designed for consumers. So Prison Professors is a direct-to-consumer product. Prison Professors courses is for agencies and organizations. And that's something that I think you've got to be thinking about if you're following this level of an execution strategy for yourself. Who is your specific market? To the extent that you can bring specificity to it, you can actually get your messaging right. You can get your product cycle right. You can figure out what do I have to do. But that's why you use this methodical approach of having a 10-day cycle. Define success, step 1. Step 2, set the clear goals that you have to achieve in order to take you from where you are to where you want to go. If I did not set those clear goals, I would not be able to create this product, correct? If I didn't know how to use video, how to create audio, how to write content, how to structure a program, it would have been impossible to do this. But I would have had a 10-day cycle on something else, like how do I write a book? Okay, that's another 10-day cycle, and we'll create another product that's a 10-day cycle. In fact, if you look at the course itself, you can see that I have different advanced courses on here that I'm going to offer to the jails and prisons. Scroll down a little farther, and I've kind of laid it out with intermediate courses, right? How to improve communication skills. I can do 10 hours on that, no problem at all. How to improve critical thinking skills. I can do 10 hours of that, right? How to convert a personal journal into a digital asset. I can create an asset for that. All of these are 10-hour courses. So right here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 hours. Each one of those is going to sell for $250. So an institution that wants to maybe buy our panoply of products may want to sign an agreement with us for, say, $2,500 or $3,000 and buy everything we have. And, we'll work that out in accordance with budgets, but we're producing new content every single day. These are the action steps that we have to take if we want to talk about really building a new business from home. It doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by talking about it. Step 1, define success. Step 2, set the clear goals. Step 3, move toward this direction with 100% commitment, which is the right attitude. Step 4, have an aspiration where you actually can see what you're going to have. I can visualize that in 10 days, I will have a fully developed website, a fully developed course, and a fully developed marketing plan that I'm going to teach you how I am doing step by step by step. Step 5, none of it matters if you don't take action. And tomorrow, in my daily journal tomorrow, I will be talking about the next step in the execution cycle, which is creating your accountability metric. I told you that it's really important that you have a very clearly defined pathway that's going to take you from where you are to where you want to go. And if you pursue that path in any area of your life, you are going to become stronger. You are going to have the tools that you need to maintain a high level of energy and discipline. You don't need anybody else to show you how to do it. You architect the path yourself, and you hold yourself accountable to getting it done. That's what I'm striving to teach. And I think that there is a market in jails and prisons across the country. But if I don't create the product cycle, all I'm going to be is somebody who talks about creating digital products. You don't want to be somebody who's talking about creating something. You want to do it. And this 10-day execution cycle, I am convinced, can help you.